Very good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of KTN Scoreline. And if you're watching us right now, then remember we are at Nyayo National Stadium where Kenyan big wigs, both men and women, are trying as much as possible to see if they will be able to get a ticket to the World Championships, which will be held in Budapest. At this particular time, the 3,000 meters steeplechase is on the track. And the names that are highlighting it include the likes of Jacqueline Chepkoech. We have Faith Cherotich, Beatrice Chepkoech. Remember, she is the world record holder. And currently, you can be able to see she is leading, trying as much as possible to see if she will be able to win it. Jacqueline Chepkoech is on position 2. And remember, all these ladies, they know how well to compete. Celestine Jepkoskei is also in the action. We have Pamela Kosgei, Fancy Cherono, Purity Cherotich, and Diana Chepkemoi also trying as much as possible to see if they will be able to get the mark and also be able to lift the title this time out. Not the easiest, but it is one which they're saying they can't be able to conquer. But remember, when we think about it, the person that has the world record is Beatrice Chepkoech, and she was able to set the world record, clocking an impressive 8 minutes, 44.32 seconds. And that is the world record. So plenty of extravaganza, plenty of conversations happening here. So we'll be here just to shape up and to tell you what exactly is happening and what exactly will be able to transpire. So remember, we've been able to have different races today. And amongst the races that we've been able to have today, we had a very fantastic race earlier today in the 10,000 meters final, where Rebecca Mwangi was able to carry the day. So Rebecca Mwangi won it. Sandra Felix was on the second position. And then we know what exactly happened. And Agnes Jebet was also in the mix. Actually, the person who won the 10,000 meters is Irene Kimais, who took the victory. And then Agnes Jebet was able to finish on the second position. And then Relin came in third. But remember, it is a race that had very big names, the likes of Ruth Chepngetich. We also had Rebecca Mwangi, Sandra Felix was there, Agnes Jebet was there. But it went to Irene Kimais with that important victory. So on the other end, we also had the 5,000 meters men's final. And the 5,000 meters men's final, it was a very sprinted affair in the finish. And we saw Robert Kropp carrying the day. Now the 3,000 meters steeplechase, Beatrice Chepkoech will win it easy, because she is just about to do it. And yes, Beatrice Chepkoech has been able to take that victory. And it is 9 minutes, 9 seconds, and 40-something seconds. So she has been able to clock it. And again, she takes that title. So for Beatrice Chepkoech, she is the world record holder. And yes, you can see a very happy Beatrice Chepkoech there. She simply has to be happy, greeting the husband there, a proper hug with the husband. And you remember also the husband is an athlete, and when you think about them, they always train together. I've been able actually to visit them in their training session a number of times, where she lives in Kericho. So I can attest that yes, she tries as much as possible to do what she loves doing. And while at it, she has been able to take that 3,000 meters as position number 1. So very happy with Mary Moraa. You can see, remember, for Mary Moraa also, a lady that has been able to conquer the world of running. So she tries as much as possible to run. And while at it, she is happy because of what she has been able to do. Now, when you think about the races that are on the mark and also on the cards, I know plenty of conversation what the athletes are doing. But at this particular time, I know now we will shift focus, because we will have other races that will be coming up. And all in that, I know all these athletes are trying as much as possible to see how well, how formidable they will be able to run and how well they will be able to get those tickets. A lot of people have talked about the turn-up and the number of athletes that have been able to come today. And it is an event that is free for the public. It was free yesterday, free today. But the turnout may be not the best of a turnout because we just have a number of individuals sitting on that side that you can be able to see. But the stadium on the far end, I know a lot of people actually did not take up this opportunity to come and see the big stars that we have in the country while they race, while they do what they love doing, and that is simply run, run, and run. I know it's different when you go across the globe and maybe walk to different places. A number of times you'll be able to see quite a handful of athletes trying as much as possible to go and compete, but all in all, a number of them always try as much as possible and represent their countries and while at it enjoy themselves so much. I'm seeing Mary Mora here. Mora, uko namna gani?
Niko poa. Yeah.
Niambie, najua jana umekimbia vizuri, watu wengi sana wanangoja waone how well you'll be able to represent the country. Umetupangia nini?
Si mbaya kulingana na mwili fenye iko, watarajia tu mazuri. My big target ni kupata gold in Budapest.
Unataka gold ya race gani? Because watu wanasema unataka ukimbie 800, watu wanasema pia kasi yako inaonekana unaweza kimbia vizuri sana.
Target yangu ni kukimbia 800, si 400.
But maandalizi na kila kitu, unasema mwili iko vipi?
Mwili si mbaya. I think venye nilikimbia jana kulingana venye nimekimbia hii season, coach anajua mahali anafaa kurekebisha yeye mwenyewe. Mimi nasema niko sawa, but kwa coach I'm not okay.
That's all. Thank you. Now all the best. Your gold medal ikuje Kenya. So for Mora, actually, she's been able to race and she's been able to represent the country for very long time. And while it is actually, she has shown that she can win. She's shown that she can compete. And then she has shown that she can have a very formidable outing while at it. So for her, she's saying the target this time out, she will try as much as possible and bag that gold medal in Budapest. I know it will not be the easiest of a task, but for her, she's been training. She's tried as much as possible to do it, and yes, she can be able to do it. We had earlier races today, and let me just take you through another result that was able to come on the clock. The reigning national champion, Zablon Ekutan, was able to take the 400 meters finals, and actually it was almost effortless for him. I know he ran very he was able to take that title. Timothy Cheriot, on the other end, produced one of the best tactics at the trials today, and he was able actually to beat the men's 1500 meters Reynolds Cheriot, who came in on the second position, and Abel Kipsang was able to finish on the third position. So it tells you that the amount of talent that we have around, the amount of talent that can be on display is talent to reckon with, one which we can try as much as possible and say, yes, it can be done, yes, it should be done, and we have a proper talent that needs to be given the so much credit that they do deserve. Now, I know, because we're talking about the different results and we're talking about the races that we will be having, so a lot of focus, I know, in the women's 800 meters, and we know Mary Mora already has a ticket actually to represent the country, and she will be all smiles, and yes, she said she wants to get that gold medal, and we wait and see how well she will be able to do that. And when we think about actually what is happening here, a lot of people were talking about why are we having only invites coming to the extravaganza. We were given clarity and we were told what exactly was happening, and I will now engage with Barnabas Korir, one man that has played a very critical role to build athletics in the country. Barnabas, some fantastic job you're doing.
Yes, we are doing our best as a federation. We want to make sure that we give all the necessary support to our athletes. And of course, when we are preparing now for the World Championship, we have to make sure that everything is in place for them. And you have seen that this meeting was only for invited athletes. And the reason is that we wanted to have those athletes who have met the conditions by World Athletics, that is having been tested at least one outside the competition, and then the others now maybe 3 times during the competition. So far, we have had enough athletes that we were expecting to make the team. There are no major surprises at the moment, and we are hopeful that the team that we will select will represent this country well.
I know for the people who are watching at home, probably in your own take, how well do you think we have the athletes actually, and how well do you think we've been able to nurture them, to craft them, to educate them, for them to be able to be the global stars that they are?
As a country, and of course, at least Kenya being the leader in that, we have continued to assist the athletes, to educate them, to talk to them, and of course, especially when it comes to the matters of anti-doping, we have also tried to do that, and also character development is what we are doing, so that at least they have a proper representation, not only in athletics, but also their behavior and how they handle themselves outside the country. So we have a structure that has worked very well. Today you have seen even the steeplechase women, apart from Beatrice, the others who are following were the graduates of the programs that we have had, that is for the youth development programs. Yeah. You have seen the 1500 meters. Yeah. Also, Reynold is a graduate of that, and then also we saw the 1500. All of them are a product of what we have been doing as a federation. So there is a transition which is excellent, and we are very happy that in the future we are going to have very strong athletes, and we should not worry as a country that maybe we are not going to have. But only the area that we have to work harder is maybe the steeplechase that people are working. You see the 5,000 meters. Yeah. You know, the athletes who are winning, most of them are from the youth development programs. So you see that we have done what we could as a federation, and we continue and focusing maybe the major events that are coming up, not only the World Championship that we are expecting in a month, but also the Olympics next year, and then World Championship in 2025, and then of course the other Olympics in 2028. So we are okay, and we have to focus in the future, not only for now, but also for years ahead.
You played a critical role actually in youth development, and I know it's very easy actually to craft, to nurture, and to train these young lads. Do you think maybe as we fight the doping crisis, it's very, very important also for that knowledge to be inculcated to these young ones in some good age while still they're young, and maybe this war might be won now?
That's a very good question. In fact, that's what we have been doing. You have seen also AIU here and ADAC are also working closely with us. We have partnership with the Ministry of Education, that is primary and secondary schools, so that we can inculcate the responsibilities for our own athletes as they grow. And in fact, it is what we are doing now to ensure that the athletes that we are nurturing actually understand exactly what they have to do. And we have gone to the grassroots, and we want to make sure that the partnership that we have with the schools also is put in the curriculum in schools so that they can educate them. We have more teachers as coaches, and also now the technical officials, we have to train them to make sure that they know how to handle our athletes, and there's no abuse in between, so that our athletes, when they grow, they become responsible people and they do well in their competitions.
Finally, what do you think we need to do as a country? Because when we go to other nations, an event like this, the fans, and it was free, the fans needs to come out. I know I'm a lover of athletics, and I expect me together with my friends out there to come and cheer our athletes. I think we can do better sometimes, and just come and push them while they do this.
You know, the most interesting thing about the Kenyans is that they talk a lot about the performance of athletes. But then when it comes a day like this, that they should come and watch them, the heroes that are competing, the legends, they don't show up. But if you compare this one now and Kipendo Classic, we were able to advertise the event, talk to people to come, and they came in thousands because we had the resources. An event like this, sometimes we don't have enough resources to marshal the group. And then Nairobi also is not really the center of athletics. If you put this event to Eldoret or anywhere in Kapsabet or Kericho, you will find that this stadium would have been full, even might not even be able to host all the people who are coming. However, we are now working very closely with the ministry. We talked with the CS yesterday, and is ready to fund the development of grassroots development, that is now inclusive of Talanta Hela, that is actually come up with that idea. So we are going to marry them together and ensure that we develop a structure that will be continuous. It's not something that will stop when it's out, but it has to be continuous for the future.
Thank you very much, and continue doing the fantastic work. We appreciate what you're doing for the country.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Barnabas career there, I know he has played a critical role actually in building athletics in the country, and you will agree that for him, he has a lot of keen interest when you think about development of the young athletes that we have in the country. And in black and white, he's saying he will continue actually to spearhead those conversations, because we understand how important it will be actually to nurture those talents, to give them a platform to compete, to give them a platform to showcase what they do showcase. And you will agree that is something that needs to be done for the country. At this particular time, we will shift focus a little bit, because we have a different race altogether that is on the cards, and this is the 800 meters women's finals. There is a lot of expectation. I know when we think about the people who are in the mix, Mary Moran has a wild card, so automatically she will be in the championship. So others will try as much as possible to see how well they will be able to battle and what exactly they will be able to rack in, what they will be able to bring home, and what exactly they can be able to achieve. And just having the general conversation about what exactly the Kenyan athletes are doing. I know doping has become a very, very big issue, an issue that needs to be tackled, an issue that a lot of people are saying as a country, it is a war that we can be able to win, but one which, if then we should win, then we need to take a lot of responsibility. The race officially starts. So a lot is expected here. So ladies affair, all out, trying to see what they can be able to do. Remember, this is the second day, and it's the second day of the championships, and all these athletes are trying as much as possible to see how well they can be able to race. Now, I have a friend of mine who's all smiles now, Beatrice. Hongera sana, uko vipi? Long time.
Asante.
Mbio zimekuwa vipi?
Mbio imekuwa mzuri. Vile mumeona tumekimbia mzuri. Yeah.
In your take, najua watu wengi sana, uko na rekodi ya dunia, unashikilia rekodi ya dunia. Ulikuwa nje kidogo, umerejea na makali yako tunayajua. Probably going to the World Championship, tutarajie nini?
Tutarajie mazuri kule World Championship. I think kila mtu anajua nimekuwa nje for like 2 years. Na nimefurahi sana kurudi kiwanja. Yeah.
Mazoezi na kila kitu saizi, mwili uko vipi? Injury iliisha na unajihisi uko sawa kabisa?
Sasa injury iliisha kabisa na nimerudi kiwanja sasa.
Sawa, ndapanga ni rudi kutembelee Kericho tena.
Sorry?
Ndapanga ni kutembelee Kericho tena nione ukifanya mazoezi.
Ndio niko siku hizi Ngong.
Umerudi Ngong?
Yeah.
Sawa. So focus Ngong, weather ya Ngong najua kidogo, baridi ya Ngong na ile ya Kericho tofauti sana, ama unaweza sema nini ku switch the training camp?
Iko the same kabisa, sababu ukiona Kericho I think iko sawa tu. Nipenye tu nilikuja hapa Ngong sababu ili niweze kuassess fishes. Kericho hatuna fishes, so niliama Ngong ili nikaribie fishes hapa Nairobi. Yeah.
Na status ya viwanja, najua there's a time kulikuwa na challenge sana ya place mnafanyia mazoezi. Saizi unaweza sema things are better ama?
Yeah, at least it's better because I can access here Nyayo and Kasarani, na pia kuna kiwanja kule Ngong. Yeah.
Sasa all the best, na tunakuwish all the best ukiwakilisha Kenya. Yeah, so for her in black and white, yes, I can see hayuko peke yake unaona. So we wish them the level best. She is saying that sasa mwili iko sawa. Remember, she was out injured and she did not take part in any race for almost 1 year, 8 months, like that. And now she's saying that, yeah, she feels okay. She feels that the body will continue to be up. And with that, then she is expecting going to the World Championship. Then she will be able to rack in some very, very impressive results. I know there is a lot that will be happening on that zone, but for her, as strong as she is, remember, she is the world record holder. While you have that title in the 800 meters, then it tells you you are a person that can be able to run quite well. And yes, a lot will be expected from her, and we still wish her the level best. So the 800 meters actually race has ended. I know I will be able to get who has been able to take the title, and a lot will be expected from them. So remember, actually, we were talking earlier about Olympic silver medalist Timothy Cheruiyot. Actually, for him, he was able to secure the slot for the World Championship in the 1500 meters. So a lot will be expected from her. And then you think about a world champion in view, Jacob Krop. For him also, he was able to cross the line ahead of Commonwealth silver medalist Daniel Simiu, and that was in